Now, I'm going to tell you a story about the Kings Island trip from hell in 2010. Well, I was about 13, 14, maybe years old, and my family decided to go to Kings Island like we always do every single summer because it's my favorite place in the entire world and will always be my favorite place. This time, we invited my sister and her two kids, along with my other nephew and my sister and of course my parents. Now, you would think that we would take two cars, right? Wrong. We took one vehicle. We took a Dodge Durango. It was a red one, and it was summertime. Usually, the time you go to Kings Island, it was summertime. It was hot, very very hot, and we're all sitting there in the back, very hot because my parents refused to put the air on for some reason. And my sister said it was too cold outside, my older sister. And to the point where it was very hot in the car, and it was like making me dizzy. And I was just about to say I was about to say to my parents, guys, pull over, I gotta throw up because it was making me dizzy of how hot it was in the car. But before I did, my sister Jelena said, guys, stop the car, I gotta throw up, because she was hot too. She got out of the car and threw up, and then Nathan said, I have to throw up too. My nephew, well, you guys all know Nathan. And then finally, my sister said, okay, anybody else gotta throw up? And I raised my hand and said, me. So I got out of the car and threw up because it was hot, very very hot in the car. And I don't understand why she wouldn't roll down the window, or even why my parents wouldn't put the air conditioner on. But anyway, get back on the car, and she rolls down the window just a crack. Just a crack. So we're in this car squished with like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. And it was nuts. Actually, no, I miscounted. There was 8 people all in this Dodge Durango. And it was terrible. And her kids were whining. Cassie and Justin. I can't stand those two. Anyway, those two were whining the entire time. I had fun with Nathan. Nathan and Jelena were good. But then, okay, so we're going to skip forward to the hotel. So there's 2 beds. And obviously, I think there was just the floor. There was no pull-out couch. So all the kids had to sleep on the floor. My sister got a entire bed to herself. Literally, a whole bed to herself. And every single one of the kids had to sleep on the floor. On the whole cold, hard-ass floor. Now, this is a trip that's not going so well now, is it? So, we sleep on the floor, yada, yada, yada. Next day, we go to Kings Island. Man, we go to Kings Island. Yes, I am so excited. We're going to my favorite place in the entire world. And we get in the park. And we just stay in Kittyland. We stay in Kittyland because the other kids wouldn't ride coasters. Meaning my niece and nephew that my sister brought along. And okay, that's fine and dandy. They don't like coasters. But we all had to stay as a group. And any other time we went to Kings Island, we went on our own by ourselves in the park. So I don't understand why it would be any different now. But anyways, we had to stay in Kittyland the entire time. They went on the Charlie Brown wind-up, the kite-eating tree, the Great Pumpkin Coaster. Of course, I got a few rides on Boo Blasters, which I didn't mind, because I somewhat enjoy that ride. Anyway, 2010 was a weird year, because that was when Planet Snoopy first was introduced in the park. And they had got rid of the Nickelodeon theming, and obviously the remainders of Paramount was gone. So it was Planet Snoopy. But yet, the SpongeBob 3D ride was still open, and I was happy because I was like, oh, God, good. They have the SpongeBob 3D ride going when it was still Planet Snoopy. So in the action theater, we go to the back of the park, and my nephew starts crying. He's like, I don't like SpongeBob. And I was just like, come on, Justin, we gotta ride. I mean, I love this ride. We rode it once. And then the rest of the gang's like, I want to ride it again, but the rest of the gang's just like, nope, we're not gonna do that. So the whole gang, the whole family, we all just sit there in the fest house, and I was just like, man, I really want to ride the SpongeBob 3D ride. And ironically, that was the last time I rode that ride because they removed it the next year. So that was my very last ride on the SpongeBob 3D ride. All because my nephew didn't like SpongeBob, because we didn't ride it again. And then when I asked to ride coasters, my sister's like, no, I don't like coasters, blah, blah, blah. And then her kids, and then my parents are like, okay, guys, we all got to stay in a group. And this was hell, guys. This is hell. And then at 4 o'clock, my sister's like, I'm getting bored of this place. Let's go back to the hotel room. I was just like, what? Go back to the hotel room? What do you mean go back to the hotel room? My mom and dad are like, okay, Sunshine's getting tired. Come on, guys, let's all go back to the hotel room. And I'm just like, oh my God, really? We're gonna leave the park at 4 o'clock. So we go to, I was like, okay, before we leave, can we ride Viking Fury, which is a swinging boat ride, since I didn't get to ride any coasters that day because nobody wanted to ride them. So we had to suffer through the Kiddie Land and sitting in the fest house. So pretty much we went on the Viking Fury and we kept riding it simultaneously because there was no line. So they said we're gonna sit on the ride. And then we got off the ride. My family was pissed. My sister's just like, we need to go back to the hotel room because I am tired. And I'm just like, Sunshine. I was just like, I want to have fun. And then my mom and dad start yelling at me too. And they're like, we got to go back to the hotel room because Sunshine wants to take a nap. And I was just like, oh my God, this is the worst trip ever. And I can't believe I'm not having a good time here at Kings Island. So that happened. We get back to the hotel room, and we just stay at the hotel for the rest of the night. No joke. I think maybe we went to a grocery store too, but literally we spent the 4 o'clock at the park, and then spent the rest of the day at the hotel room. Pretty sad and pathetic. Anyway, that was a terrible story. Terrible time when I went to Kings Island. And the next part is we went to Illinois to see my brother and sister. And we were supposed to get a hotel room. We were supposed to go to Ohio through Illinois to visit my brother and sister. And my sister would not ante up any money to help pay for a hotel room over by Illinois because it was a long trip. So we all ended up sleeping in the car. And here's the thing is, I wanted to put the seat down, but my nephew Justin would not. He's like, I don't want to sleep with the seat down. So I said, come on, Justin. I was just like, there's nothing else. I was just like, come on. And then, so he started crying like a baby. So they put Nathan in the back with me, and Justin slept up there with his mom. Yeah. And that was a rough night. I don't even think I got any sleep, sleeping in the car for like 7 other people. That was crazy. Oh my God, that was a Kings Island trip from hell. I hope I told you guys enough of the story. I hope you liked hearing this. Like, share, subscribe, and tell me if you've ever had a bad experience like this ever. Alright, guys. I'll see you next time.